In an era of instant notifications and 24-hour news cycles, we are conditioned to treat every new piece of information as a finished story. If we aren't reacting immediately, we feel like we're losing our grip on the world. Long before the age of digital feedback, a farmer at the foot of the Harvey Hills lived by a different rhythm. He owned very little: a small house, a loyal dog, but his most prized possession was a horse so strong and handsome that it drew attention from across the region. A wealthy merchant eventually offered him a sack of gold coins for the animal, wealth that could have changed his family's life for years. The villagers urged him to take the deal, but the farmer refused. To him, the horse wasn't an asset to be liquidated. It was a member of his family. We often mistake a quick reaction for a position of strength. But by ignoring the pressure to optimize his life for immediate gain, the farmer established a baseline of internal stability that the opinions of others couldn't touch. That stability was tested when the farmer's son found the stable empty one morning. The horse had escaped into the forest, leaving the family with nothing but an empty stall and a broken rope. The neighbors were quick to judge, calling it a disaster and a sign of his foolishness for not selling earlier. The farmer, however, remained unmoved. He didn't argue and he didn't mourn. While others saw a completed tragedy, the farmer saw a single data point on a timeline. Judging a loss the moment it arrives is like summarizing a book after reading one page. He refused to label the event. The dataset was incomplete. This refusal to judge protected his focus. By not labeling the loss a disaster, he didn't waste his energy on grief or regret. He simply returned to his fields and continued his work. A week later, the missing horse returned, leading 5 wild stallions out of the forest and straight into the farmer's yard. His wealth hadn't just returned, it had quintupled in a single morning. The village mood shifted instantly. Those who had pitied him now called him the luckiest man, convinced he had reached permanent success. But the farmer remained cautious. Every sudden influx of resources brings its own set of stresses. As this diagram illustrates, dropping a heavy new weight onto a system doesn't just add value, it tests the foundation for cracks that weren't visible before. In this case, the wild horses were untamed and dangerous. A sudden win often introduces a new, unmanaged set of risks that can be more difficult to handle than the original scarcity. If we celebrate a victory too early, we become blind to these new complications. We focus so much on the gain that we stop looking for the hidden costs until they've already caused damage. Those costs surfaced the very next day. While attempting to tame one of the wild stallions, the farmer's son was violently bucked off and trampled, breaking his leg so severely he was told he might never walk properly again. Once again, the villagers pivoted. They lamented the curse of the wild horses and blamed the farmer's initial expansion for his son's injury. The farmer sat by his son's bedside, as calm as he had been when the horse first disappeared. He didn't see a punishment or a tragedy. He saw another turn in a river that he couldn't yet map. What we perceive as bad luck is often just a redirection in the larger system of our lives. We simply lack the perspective of time required to see where that new path is leading. The true purpose of that path was revealed 2 weeks later. A war erupted on the border, and the king's army swept through every village, drafting every able-bodied young man into immediate service. It was a brutal conflict that claimed the lives of nearly every young man taken from the village. Families that had mocked the farmer's bad luck were now left mourning sons who would never return. When the soldiers arrived at the farmer's mud house, they saw his son lying in a splint. Because of his injury, he was deemed unfit for service and left behind. The very event the villagers had called a catastrophe, the shattered leg, ended up being the only reason the son survived the year. When we look at the full timeline, the connections become clear. The initial loss of the horse led to the gain of the herd. The herd led to the injury, and the injury led to his survival. Every bad event was a necessary prerequisite for the ultimate good. But reacting to individual nodes blinds us to the massive, infinitely expanding web of interconnected events. To celebrate too early is to ignore the new risks that come with every prize. To grieve too early is to suffer for a tragedy that hasn't finished its work yet. The next time you face a sudden victory or a crushing defeat, Remember the farmer. Master the pause. Give the timeline enough space to reveal its true shape before you decide what the story is about.